Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to read Mr. Willowby's Christmas Tree. Do you all have Christmas trees at home and are decorated? We do here at the North Pole. Mr. Willowby's Christmas Tree by Robert Barry. Mr. Willowby's Christmas tree came by special delivery, full and fresh and glistening green. It was the biggest tree he had ever seen. He dashed downstairs to open the door. This was the moment that he'd been waiting for. "A magnificent, splendid," he cried. "Please, sir, won't you carry it right inside? I think it might look best this year, right in the parlor corner here." But once their tree stood in its place, Mr. Willowby made a terrible face. The tree touched the ceiling. It bent like a bow. "Oh, good heavens!" he gasped. "Something must go." Baxter, the butler, was called on in haste to chop off the top, though it seemed quite a waste. "That's great," Mr. Willowby cried with glee. "Now we can start to trim my tree." When the trimming was well underway, the top was placed on a silver tray. Baxter said, "I know just who'd be delighted with this Christmas tree." So it was presented to Miss Adelaide, Miss Willowby's upstairs maid. "Won't this tree be a pretty sight when I have it trimmed it later tonight? But the top, oh dear, I'm so afraid, will have to be cut," sighed Mrs. Adelaide. And so with scissors sharp and long, she snipped off the top while humming a song. I wonder what song she was humming. The top was sent out the very next day in the back of the house to be thrown away. That little tree top caught the eye of Tim, the gardener, passing by. Oh, certainly was not about to see this little tree thrown out. He hurried home straight away to see what Mrs. Tim would say. "La-la-la! Surprise, surprise!" His wife could not believe her eyes. "But our house," she said, "is so snug and small. Oh, I do not believe that we need it at all." And before Tim had a chance to shout, she cut off the top and she threw it out. Barnaby Bear was paddling by. It almost hit him in his eye. Now would throw a tree away so very close to Christmas Day. "I'll take it home. That's just what I'll do. Look, Mama Bear, I have a present for you." Oh my, I wonder where else this tree is going to go. "Isn't it a pretty tree?" yawned Barnaby quite drowsily. But Little Bear, standing off far, cried out, "That tree won't hold a star." Barnaby said, "Let's cut a hunk off the bottom here at the trunk." But Mama Bear just shook her head, and she sliced the treetop off instead. "Jolly by jolly," Barnaby said with a kick. "Mama, that surely is just the right trick. Let's trim it with bells and honey rings, some berries and tinsel, and popcorn and strings." I wonder what's on your Christmas tree. Mama said, "Trim it just as you like. I've got to tidy up for the night. This top, we need more any more. I'll put it just outside the door." Later on that frosty night, Frisky Fox came into sight. He spied the treetop rubbing his chin, and he opened his sack and he stuffed the top in. He scampered home and jumped his gate. This Christmas present just couldn't wait. "It's even better than mincemeat pie," said Mrs. Fox with a happy sigh. Then the foxes saw that their Christmas prize was just a wee bit oversized. There, my dears, don't you worry. I'll fix this top now in a hurry. Benjamin Rabbit found it then just outside the fox's den. It seemed, he thought, most certainly, Santa left that for my family. Look, he cried, see the tree I found? And with that he called his family round. Then there was a merry-making, rollicking, frolicking, and carrot-shaking, a celebration around the tree, and all were as happy as rabbits could be. Benjamin Rabbit, with his own hand, sliced a carrot, and he made a stand. Now let's see how this will look in our little chimney nook. But right away the children cried, look, it's leaning off to one side. It is too tall, that's all, said Mrs. Rabbit. And as though it were a summer carrot, she gave it a chop, and she threw it away, the top. But then Mistletoe Mouse just happened to see a tiny tip of a Christmas tree. He pulled it through the snow and ice, up some stairs, and he even fell down twice. At last he reached his cozy house. It's just the right size, said Mrs. Mouse. Then at the top, if you please, they put a star that was made out of cheese. Oh, wasn't it grand to have a tree exactly like Mr. Willowby's? Well, I hope you enjoyed the story, boys and girls.
Yeah, that just tells you Santa Claus doesn't matter what size tree you got. Santa Claus will always find the tree. Put your presents on there. Well, I hope you enjoyed our reading tonight, and we'll join you again another night.
Okay, good night, boys and girls. Bye-bye.